Hi everyone, it is Monica here from TVandPopcorn.com, and I am here to review How to Get Away with Murder. And right now it is in season 2, episode 4, called Skanks Get Shanked. Try saying that 10 times. Tongue twister, seriously. What really tripped me out here about episode 4, this is why I'm here and I have to review this because it was just, to me, it was gripping. Because the episode starts off with, and this shocked me kind of, that it kind of went further as to what's happening with Annalise, which is why I'm still watching because I want to know who in the heck shot Annalise. What the crap is going on? So, Annalise is laying in the floor of the mansion of the sister and brother, or adopted sister and brother, of whom she's been helping with a murder case, because they're saying they're being framed, but the case is the fact that they are on trial for killing their parents, adopted parents, should I say. So Annalise is on the floor. She's bleeding out, and it appears that Emily, which is the prosecutor, the other lawyer who's kind of been going after Annalise this whole time, she's been shot, and as we discovered this episode, she's dead, so they can't save her. But we see the ambulance come and they pick Annalise up, and they're doing everything that they have to do to try to keep her alive. And she's in the ambulance, and the scene is going on, and then she flatlines, and then it flashback, I think maybe 4 weeks earlier or something like that, which I hate these flash forwards. I'm like, oh man, I just want to know what's going on. But here's the crazy thing. And I try my hardest, even though I don't agree with everything about Shonda's writing as a writer, even, the whole creative staff, because I know it's not just her alone doing this stuff. But what really has gotten me about How to Get Away with Murder in this last episode was the fact that you have no freaking idea who did what. That's how crazy this has become. Because what we see, and Annalise observed it for herself, she now sees Nate and Wes teaming up, or what appears to be teaming up to her. She doesn't really know this, but of course we know this. So she's witnessing them arguing in the parking lot. What I love about the show so far is the fact that Annalise, Bonnie, and Frank stays ahead to kind of counter what could come after them, which truly makes the show live up to the title, How to Get Away with It. And I really hope they keep that up. And this sounds so bad that I'm saying this crap, because we're talking about murder here, which I don't condone in my real life. But what I'm saying is, no, how can I say this? I kind of almost want to say that not everybody's innocent. Everybody's guilty, but not everybody's guilty of the same thing. So I guess I can't really make that observation and say that, because not everybody has committed murder, but everybody is guilty of something, of course. But I don't know. It's just kind of like Annalise. I don't know. I want to say, now I know Frank has killed before, and we found out that he killed Lila back in season 1 with his crazy behind. But it's still something about Frank. He's just like, he does remind me of just a loyal dog. And I don't want to compare him, but that's how, I'm not comparing him to an animal, but I'm just saying loyalty. The way he is, he's like, hey, come here, go, do this, do that, and he just does it. He's like, he's cut throat, but he seems loyal. He seems like he doesn't really choose sides, and he's not going to leave or disobey the person who's giving him the orders either, which is Annalise, of course. And so in this episode, and let me get his name because I think it's Connor, right? Let me think. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, Connor with his crazy self. He's now raising hell. Now, this is the interesting thing, and this is why I want to know where this twist is going, because Connor, in, I believe it was maybe maybe the end of the first episode or the beginning of the second episode, we see Connor actually being the one trying to save Annalise's life, which made this episode freaking insane because now we see Connor raising sand against Annalise, and it's just like she's holding us here hostage. This we're a part of her little mini cult. you know, he's saying all this stuff about Annalise. He's accusing her of murder to her face, and he's accusing her also of being able to manipulate the system very well and get away with it and help others to get away with it. And he doesn't like it, and he feels like he can't leave because she is the way she is and everybody obeys her, yada yada yada. So Connor is really flipping right now, and Annalise is like, "You can go," and he said, "No, I can't, because you're gonna send Frank to kill me." And this is the next crazy thing: is everybody now seems to assume Frank is a murderer, and I mean they're not wrong, but he didn't kill Rebecca, so right now we have Frank catching more, I guess you could say, attention more so than heat, because he's not catching heat right now. I don't know if that's coming or not. I want to know where Frank is with all of this, with Annalise being shot. Where the heck is Bonnie at? Now Bonnie is in some hot freaking water with Asher, with his crazy behind, because Asher is being a snitch. Snitches get stitches. I'm just thinking about this crazy stuff. This is so crazy. But no, seriously though, Asher is afraid of something. Something happened with some girl, and Emily, the prosecutor, had something over him on that. I don't know if this girl was killed. I don't know. But what he's doing is he's making a deal. So he's supposed to be snitching on Annalise, of whom he believed really killed her husband. And so he's saying, and he's telling Bonnie this, and he's like, "I don't know what's going on. All I know is, they act funny, and I believe she did it. I don't know how she did it, but I'm going to find out." And Bonnie's like, "Well, why are you doing this?" And so that's when he ends up breaking that down, how he really felt. And then Bonnie confesses to killing the husband, which I can't even remember his name. Was it Oh man, I cannot remember Annalise's husband right now. If I remember it, I will tag it because I can't remember it right now. Was it Sam? I want to say, I don't know, but anyway, so she confessed. So we're gonna see where this is going, and this is why I said that Annalise, Bonnie, and Frank, they stay ahead of things and they kind of nip it in the bud and find ways to kind of project things on into certain spaces and get the heat off of them, or put it on someone else, just like Annalise framing Nate. Now that was interesting. This episode was freaking juicy. Like, it was just full of juice. And what happened is, Nia, I want to say was her name, Nia Leahy, is Nate's wife, and this is his dying wife. Now, she comes and she calls Annalise from Nate's phone because she knows Annalise is going to answer it, of course, because she apparently, Nate tells her everything unless she playing Annalise, but I don't see how she could play Annalise the way she was without Nate telling her the things that she knew. So she calls Annalise. She brings Annalise to the hospital, and she wants to know if Annalise loves Nate. Of course, Annalise is like, "I don't know how to answer that question, but I do." This is me talking. "No, you don't. You just like that body." And okay, whatever. So anyway, the wife is putting her hands and asks, kind of reaches her hand out and has Annalise hold her hand, and she was like, "I need someone to take care of Nate while I'm gone." Now I'm gonna get really, I'm gonna go there. I'm just gonna go there. First of all, you don't ask no woman who just framed your husband, number one, if she love him, number two, if she gonna take care of him when you gone. That would be the last person on the face of this freaking earth that I would go to ask to watch over my husband. And I don't give a frick if you made it right. You had this. What if that had not have worked out? Now his whole reputation is being ruined and being put on the line because people think he helped you kill your husband. Are you serious? No, I wouldn't do it. But she did it. And I still think Nate put her up to it. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. So as the conversation goes on, she then says, well, she's ready to die. Okay, she's suffering. The nurses and everybody agree with Nate, and she's ready to die. But apparently, with the way she was saying it, is they may know she's ready to die and she doesn't want to fight anymore. Nate may know this, but he does not want to let her go, and her nurses and doctors agree with him, and they don't want to let her go. So, with that being said, she asked Annalise in that same breath and light to get her some pills that would pretty much do the job, take care of her. She said, I want you to help me die. Okay? So Annalise then, and this is the part that really tripped me out, because then Nia, she says, well, don't you know a guy, the guy who helped you frame Nate? Can't he get something for you? Doesn't he know people? And I was like, hold up, this is a little too fishy for me. And I know Annalise is not that dumb. And so, but, and had she done it, I was going to go through the TV and just slap her real good. So she gets the pills from Frank, and of course, they're showing these, kind of flashbacks of the conversation. And Annalise is like, I'm not going to tell you any I'm not going to make you any promises and all that good stuff. And then next thing you know, she has the pills. She's walking to the room, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't be this stupid. It's a setup. I'm thinking Nate set her up. I think that Nate wants to know what type of person she is. And this is kind of ironic that this is coming right after Nate teamed up with Wes, and Wes wants to take down Annalise, or wants to at least find out what happened to Rebecca, and they all kind of think now that Annalise is also a murderer. Okay, so I'm thinking that he put his wife up to asking for those pills, and had Annalise given it to her, then they would have pretty much judged her whole character and moved forward by that. And then also, that could have been a way for Nate to go ahead and get her locked up, for giving his wife pills that was probably illegal, of course. And so, but she walked into the hospital room, and she has the pills in her purse, and she does not give them to her. And she says, I'm sorry, I can't help you. And then Annalise tells her, I think about dying all the time. I've been thinking about killing myself since I was a little girl. And she said, because I feel like sometimes that the world is better off without me. And then she told her, you're a better woman than I am. And if I don't deserve to die, you don't deserve to die. It's the speech that Annalise gave her. And do not beat me up if I did not quote that word from word. I'm just, quoting how I remember it. But it went pretty close to that. So she did not give her the pills. And then, right then and there, Nia looks at her and pretty much accuses her of killing Sam. So now Annalise is looking at her like, wow. And then Annalise said, I am not the type of, I'm not the woman you think I am. You're misjudging me. And so with all of that, I'm thinking, yeah, Nate trying to set her up. And that was cold the way he did it. And I'm glad that she did not bite that bait. But here's the thing though, I wonder if them pills gonna come back into play before the season is over with. I hope she gets rid of them, go dump them in a river or something, because she doesn't need to have them on her, or that's going to be a dangerous situation. But she's already in a dangerous situation because she's been shot. So by the end, fast forwarding, I think, because I don't, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Um, Michaela, I don't want to talk about her yet. I'm gonna get to her maybe a little further on into the season. She gets on my nerves, but I'm gonna reserve my thoughts on that for a minute. But Now we see that Annalise is, they've gotten a rhythm, heart rhythm back, and Nate is able to hear the progress on his scanner. And so now we hear them saying that pretty much they should just go ahead and drive their car over a cliff, because it sounds like Annalise may survive from what I could tell. And I'm like, what? No, no, no. So now this is the part where I'm saying this is some good writing right here, because I have no idea what in the heck, who did what. But I'm thinking now, it's like they have this plan that's still in motion, and they're talking about committing a murder, but I can't figure out if it was them trying plotting to commit Annalise's murder or someone else's murder, because at the end we see Michaela get out of the car trying to, of course, prove something to the team again. But I'm not gonna hate on her. I'm gonna try to be good right now. She gets out the car and she goes up into this, I guess you could say, apartment complex, or hotel or whatever, and she knocks on the door, and then out comes the adopted brother of this, I guess you could say, the last few episodes, who was accused of killing his parents. And he's asking, is she all right? And then Michaela's like, yeah, she's all right. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I don't know what happened in this episode, or what happened to cause everything to go down the way it did. I I guarantee you it's probably going to be really, really shocking, because I didn't really expect for Bonnie to have been the one to kill Rebecca. Now, I did think Bonnie had some serious shade. I really think she still does. I think she has some problems, and she's clearly done some things in the past that Annalise has helped her out of, which is why Bonnie feels trapped and feels like she owes Annalise. And that was one of the arguments that has gone down this season between Bonnie and Annalise. But when Annalise found out, she was freaking furious. And then Bonnie killed Rebecca like a freaking pro, like she's done it before. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. It's just crazy. So I have no theories either. And that's why I said this episode was real good, because by the end, by that last scene, I cannot tell you who did what or why. I can see Wes being pissed off about Rebecca. I don't know how much he knows at this point, but Annalise really did not kill Rebecca. So I don't know why they're gunning for Annalise the way they are. Maybe because she is like the powerhouse, and of course it's her business, it's her law, company. So maybe, and I guess being the head over something kind of makes you the person gunned for when people want to come after you for different things. So I don't know how much Wes knows at this point, but I can see him being upset. Now, how did the rest of them get drug into this? I don't know. I would like to know where Asher is, because he's still MIA. So it seems like every time something goes down and a body's dropping, Asher is nowhere to be found. So that's going to be interesting. And the next thing is, Wes has found out, or he has found out, where they put Rebecca's body. And they found this out through one of Nate's contacts. And he shared this contact with, and I think his name is, hold on, let me get his name. And I thought I wrote his name down. I did. Levi. Levi is Rebecca's half brother, or adopted brother, also something like that. But he's the one Rebecca texted last season in that final episode, saying that she needed help and she was at the lawyer's house. So Levi is helping Wes, but I feel like Wes can't trust him either. So, and he's not in that final scene, so I wonder if he had something to do with the shooting. Now that's one thought, but you never know. But anyway, Nate shared that contact, and Wes followed up, or Levi followed up on the contact, and they found out that this contact was someone that Frank knew, and that he actually worked at a cemetery, which was crazy, because I said, this is definitely how to get away with it if you was gonna do it. So I don't know if they're gonna find her body there. I don't know if they put a tombstone there for a different name. I have no idea what they've done with that girl's body, but yeah. And this sounds so crazy talking about this. This show is nuts. But I can honestly say though, it was a good show and it lacked something that I thought, okay, good. They've moved on as far as the sex with this particular episode, so I can get down with that. I can go ahead and review it because it's kind of hard for me to jump on here and start talking about that, and it's not really my thing. So I really thought this episode was good, very creative, very exciting. So I'm looking forward to reviewing it in the future. Don't know how often I'll review it throughout the season, but if I catch an episode or if I get a letdown that I really, really want to just talk about, I'm going to talk about it. So, those are my thoughts, you guys, on How to Get Away with Murder. And once again, that was season 2, episode 4. If you have watched it and you have an opinion on what's going on, even if you have some cool theories, be sure to drop me a comment. And if you have enjoyed my little review, please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber. And once again, this is Monica, and you can check me out at any time at TVandPopcorn.com. And whatever time of day it is that you are listening to this video, do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.